Hi guys, so this is me, making, a video about my Snapchat, right? And why do I just keep doing it and why, I should never use Snapchat again, right? So there is a high probability that I am not going to use Snapchat ever again. And I have to tell you why. I have to, make it this video, right? This video has to explain like why I'm not gonna use Snapchat again. And people are wondering like, oh Vince, you should use Snapchat so you can contact your friend, you can like say hi to them, make Snapchat posts and look at their stories. But it's a long explanation, and this probably maybe like a 20-minute video, but I try and cut it short as possible because I do want to upload video, I do want to take a rest, and I have to talk quick, right? So there's like a lots of problem with me when I use Snapchat, right? I usually, post like on Snapchat. When you follow me on Snapchat, I usually post like, my running video. I usually post like lots of video game or lots of random stuff. Sometimes I post, sometimes I talk nonsense. Sometimes, I post, some crazy stuff that, that gets in my head and I just post it on the story. And even though my Snapchat is like funny and all that stuff, but people take screenshot, but then, the one thing that annoys me whenever I use Snapchat is that people just unfollow or even block me, right? Yeah, and you've been asking me like how many times, I delete my Snapchat, right? This is the fourth time I delete my Snapchat. I just deleted, just yesterday, right? I'm getting sick and tired of using Snapchats, right? People being rude, people being mean to me. I'm like, that's it, man. I'm out of here. I'm never gonna come back. That's just how it works. If you've been rude to people, they're just like, forget you. I'm gonna go somewhere else. That's how I work, man. It just bugs me that when people block me, when people, remove me as friend, because it's just like take away like my rights, right? I mean, yeah, there has to be a reason like why people block you, right? Of course, maybe because you don't follow the community guideline. Maybe they don't like what you post. Maybe they don't like, your behavior. Maybe they don't like you. Or maybe, they just don't like what you post. Or sometimes when you post mean things about a person, like... Well, the thing is that when you use Snapchat, you just cannot post whatever you want, right? Well, first of all, to order to make friends on Snapchat, first you have to be friends with that person. You have to know that person, right? If you don't know that person and if you have no idea who they are, then just don't add them on Snapchat, right? Yeah, every single year, man, I've been having, issues with Snapchat, right? Of course, like when you post something really nasty, Snapchat even has the option, just to report people on Snapchat, right? That means you can possibly get termination in your follow guideline and all that stuff, right? I mean, if a person report you and if it violates one community guideline, then you're gonna get like a warning. You may get suspended or even terminated on Snapchat, right? Why do I delete, Snapchat? So I think there's like 2 or 3 big reasons of like why I have to leave Snapchat. Well, first of all, I'm not making a lot of friends on Snapchat, right? I only have like 17 to 18 friends, but I used to have like 60 or 70 friends before. Like that was like in 2016, my senior year, right? But then I decided to delete my Snapchat again, and turns out I make another account, and more people block me, more people remove me as friend, delete it again, and make another one, delete it again, and 2019 is like when I start getting a lot more Snapchat thing, and delete it again 2 years later. This cycle just keeps happening again and again and again and again, and it's just like, if you keep deleting your Snapchat like 2 or 3 times, might as well not use it, man. Because all you just waste your time, like you just create, then you just have to like re-delete it again. And I'm getting sick and tired of this, man. Of this, BS thing, right? Yeah, and second of all, it just wastes a lot of my time, right? I literally have to type, I literally have to post. It just wastes too much of my time. Like, I could do a lot more things than just looking at Snapchat all the time. It's just like, waste my valuable time, because I know time is time, right? Once you use it up, then you just can't go back and change it. You cannot change what is history, man. History is history. That's just the bottom line, right? I mean, I just try to make my point here of like why I don't want to use my Snapchat. I mean, just listen for a video, man. So I think here's the vote, man. If you want me to use Snapchat, then you have to hit a like button. And if you don't want me to use Snapchat, or if you just, if you have any question about me, talk about Snapchat, then just comment below, right? I mean, I know that, yeah, my friend, like Nathan, or, Elijah, in Irvington and stuff, but I know that some of you dudes out there that knows me, that wants me to use Snapchat, right? But then, majority of my friends, they just don't care like, if I use Snapchat or not, right? I know that there's two people that strongly encourage me to use Snapchat, so I can talk to them or chat to them, but I know that they know that I have a YouTube channel, right? These people that I'm mentioning, right? And they're probably watching it, by the time I post this video and all that stuff, but yeah. I mean, maybe a few days, weeks, or months from now, like, if this video has more dislike than a like, or if this video has zero like or zero dislike, then I'm not gonna create Snapchat. And if it has like 1 or 2 likes, then I might think about creating a Snapchat. But if there's so many dislike, in this video, telling me not to use Snapchat, the dislike tells me not to use Snapchat, and the like button tells me to use Snapchat, or if you agree with me. Dislike me, you just disagree with me and tell me not to use Snapchat. More dislike than like, then no Snapchat. 0, no Snapchat either. And 1, 2 likes, maybe no Snapchat. But if this video has lots of like 3 or 4 likes, or maybe even 10 likes, if it gets like insane amount of likes for this video, and if my Snapchat friend list has gone like 20 or more, then I will use Snapchat. I need to have like at least like 20 or to 30 people or plus on Snapchat, because I still need to make a lot of friends out there, right? I mean, 1 or 2 is just not enough for me. Even 10 is not enough, right? I just gotta get more people, like adding me on Snapchat and all that stuff, right? I mean, Snapchat is just just a lot of waste of time, like all you just post that's just really not interesting and all stuff, but sometimes it is, but sometimes it isn't, right? I mean, eventually, I post a lot of things, which is why, I may get unfollowers, because sometimes when you post a lot, it eats up, lots of their data and time, and so people may want to remove you, right? And this is what happened to me in the past, right? I mean, come on, man, like, yeah, I do post, lots of inappropriate stuff, I'm not going to mention, like, what kind of, like, inappropriate stuff, I put on Snapchat, but that's why I lost followers, man. Right, about talking about Snapchat, right? Yeah, it is very distracted me, because I keep checking like who view my story, who does not, and then who screenshot and who does not, and it's just lots of discretion, it's just so much like waste of time, and people just really don't like my Snapchat. Eventually when they grow up, they're just not gonna use not allow Snapchat anymore, so they can like delete me, they gonna like stop viewing my stories, they can like mute my story, they can like block, they can do whatever the hell they want to me, right? Without me like notifying it, right? Yeah, so let me go over the real quick rule of like what is remove as a friend or block on Snapchat, right? When you remove somebody as a friend, you just simply don't see the score, but then they're still on your friend list, right? But they just remove you from their friend list, right? That person, they just remove you, right? But however, if you were blocked, then that person from your friend list is removed from your friend list, and that person that blocked you, removed from their friend list, right? And you just cannot simply add them, right? And does block last forever on Snapchat? Not really, man. Not unless the person unblock you. They can unblock you at any time they want, right? Even though you're just gonna get blocked for a while, right? And then so here's the worst case scenario, man. So the number one, bad thing about Snapchat is that people remove you as friend, right? Which is not as bad as being blocked or being reported on Snapchat, right? I mean, if you were blocked, then that's like very worse. That's a lot worse than just being removed as friend. You just cannot add, or you just, and that person cannot be on your friend list, and you will not find them in the search bar, right? Or you just can't add them, right? And third of all, if someone report your Snapchat, I mean, if it's not inappropriate post, it doesn't go against community guideline, then I say that it's probably not worse than like removing a friend or being blocked, right? If they report, and if Snapchat caught you, going against a guideline, then that's possibly getting worse, getting blocked by someone, or remove his friend, then you just possibly might lose your account. Or like I said, then man, you just get suspended. I mean, you just cannot use Snapchat for a while, right? Yeah, I never got report on Snapchat, but I'm just getting really sick of using Snapchat, man. I'm like, I keep deleting it all the time. Like, why do I have to keep making new ones? And then eventually, like 1-2 years later, I'm just gonna delete it, right? I know that, yeah, I can use Snapchat, a few months or a year later, and then all of a sudden, when it comes to like a really bad incident, and I just have to delete it, right? Or when I'm getting sick of followers, like pissing me off, by blocking me, removing his friend, and but there's this one thing, that only attracts me when people, like, for me to stay on Snapchat, there's only one thing that attracts me, just making more new friends, or people screenshot my story, which I like it, right? But yeah, I just meet just it just happened to me, lots of group people, and they just block me on Snapchat, right? I mean, I'm just a little picky person, right? I just like to have, social media, that where, no one blocks me, no one removes me as friend. This is what I like, right? I just don't like, having kind of, where there's like tons of blocker, blocking me, tons of friends remove me as a friend, and it just get kind of annoying, right? It means that, yeah, you're just restricted in numbers, amount of friends that you have on social media, right? And then, not a lot more, now less people will like view your story and all that stuff, and then, take away less right of adding other people, right? I mean, this is how I just see in my perspective view, right? Like why I cannot use Snapchat, right? It's just like so much trouble, man. Like every time, like I know that I do post a lot of stuff. I do post, sometimes inappropriate stuff. I just have to keep constantly like going whenever they view my story. I just constantly, click on their name, click on the and see the score. I just have to keep checking it every single time to make sure they don't unadd me. And it's just like so much problem, right? Yes, if you don't see a score, or if you cannot add them, then that means they're not your friend, right? That means they remove you from your friend list, right? I mean, this is like, yeah, but now, the two main social media that I usually use is like, I mostly use like YouTube most of the time, but sometimes I use Facebook. But now I'm starting to use Facebook, and iMessenger, a little more often. I have no Instagram. I have no Twitter account. I do have a Twitter account, but I just like never, used it or logged in. But then I have Snapchat in the past, right? But you have to comment below, like, give me a good reason why I should use Snapchat. Yes, I know I can see good reason, right? But either you have to comment below, either you have to hit a like video, man. Make a good reason when commenting my video why I should use Snapchat, or hit a like button, right? That's all I ask for, okay? Like, I'm not getting your attention or anything, but you have to watch this video. You have to. Because I don't know what to do at this point. I just cannot be the same Vince, that really likes to, like, make people mad or really offend people on Snapchat. Yes, that I have done this a lot, but I don't want to, like, do this again. And when... This is one thing that Snapchat annoys me the most, or when the blockers annoys me. Like, they don't even, like, tell you, like, when you're being blocked. They don't explain you reason why you're being blocked. And if they don't tell you reason, then you're probably not going to learn your mistake, right? I know that everybody makes mistake in life, right? And if you don't tell them what mistake they did wrong, then they're going to repeat again, right? I mean, they should assume like what mistake they should know. They should assume like what mistake I already made. They should know like what I did wrong, right? Yes, I can speculate that and stuff, but sometimes you need to tell people, tell them to stop, right? If you tell them to stop, if you tell them like, oh, you did wrong in that, then I will stop, right? Yeah, man, I just mean this is really annoying, right? I mean, sometimes I do get told once, not to post something that inappropriate, right? I did get told once, but then I do post lots of random other things, and I don't know what post got people so mad, right? Or even remove me, right? I mean, if you were on my Snapchat before, and if my posts were bad, comment below like what posts should I avoid, right? Or I can recommunicate Snapchat guideline 1 to 2 times very carefully and make sure it doesn't happen again, right? I mean, you can read the guideline for yourself, so to see what the actual rule you have to follow on Snapchat, but it's just pretty straightforward, man. Like, I mostly spend my time playing video games stuff, and if I take Snapchat away from my app phone and stuff, then I have a lot more time spending with YouTube and studying, right? I mean, time is limited, right? You just cannot spend time on everything, right? I mean, of course, like, if I make more YouTube channels, then more people will stay subscribed and more people will watch my video, right? Make a whole lot of sense, right? If I spend all day, looking at Snapchat and all that stuff, then I will never have time making video. You get what the point I'm saying, man? Yes, I'm just telling you, man, like, people have their own reason why they don't want to do this, they don't want to do that. You just have to understand them, okay? Please. I have to say goodbye to this video, and sorry, people who want my Snapchat, but sorry to upset you guys, but you just please have to understand. But I know you're sad, but you can talk to me through YouTube channel, or you can talk to me through like Facebook. Comment below if you want me to put the Facebook link on it, so you can talk to me through Messenger.